Hey guys, this is the real raw me right now. Um, I told you guys, and I'm gonna say this I think in every single video, but the intent of my channel is to be the realest and the rawest and to make content when I wanted to make content and to basically use it as like a platform to talk myself through, what I'm going through in my life and, just basically if I needed to talk to somebody, and today I feel like I need to talk to somebody. So I would like to start off with just kind of a little bit of my like period story. I have like debilitating cramps, like the kind of cramps where there have been times where I've been lying on the bathroom floor begging for my mom to take me to the hospital kind of cramps. They are terrible. And for me, I've gone through phases of, trying to take birth control to help them or all this different stuff. And I am most, I like it and I like my body the most when I can feel them. And I know that sounds counterintuitive because it's painful, like it sucks. And I sometimes hate that I can feel them, but also when I feel them, I feel in touch with my body, if that makes sense. Like the times when I took birth control, I felt like I was way out of touch with my body. I felt like my body wasn't mine anymore. I felt like I was trying to get to know this different person who wasn't me. And I hated it. And so in my life, at this point, I choose the pain, right? I take Tylenol during my periods because it's the only thing that helps. But other than that, like I feel the pain, right? And the whole reason that that is even relevant right now is because I'm on my period right now. And I have been feeling debilitating cramps since about 5 a.m. this morning. And I just had to call into work for the second day in a row because I called in yesterday too. And I feel so incredibly guilty right now for calling into work. I hate missing work. And I feel like, like people look at that and they're like, oh yeah, I'm sure you hate missing work. No, I legitimately hate missing work. I feel like a fucking bum. I feel like I am a moocher when I don't go to work. I feel so much guilt, so much intense like regret and honestly self-hatred. Like when I call into work, I kind of hate myself. I'm like, why can't you just suck it up and go to work? Why it's not that painful? All that sort of stuff I say in my head, right? Which I know isn't true, right? I know that this is painful because I feel it. I know that I deserve to call into work because I literally can't move. Like I can't be on my feet and be at a physical job for 10 hours when I can't move. um and that's the other thing too, is my job is very, very, very physical. And it's very physically demanding. And so, a lot of times where with other jobs you might be able to go in and sit at a desk for the day, I can't go in, right? Because I can't, like if I don't think I can stand consistently for an hour, how the hell am I going to stand consistently for 10, running around trying to, manage people, manage myself. So yeah, I just had to call him to work today. It was supposed to be my Friday today. I really, really wanted to be able to go in. I really, really wanted to be able to go to work and to feel good at work, but I can't. And that sucks. And I actually, I'm getting FMLA for my cramps, which for those of you who don't know, it's basically with my job, I get extra days, like sick days to call in because of my cramps, right? So it's if you have like a medical condition that debilitates you enough to where you can't go to work. And I went to the doctor 2 weeks ago, I think, for that. And so my FMLA should be hitting soon. But I think a lot of people too, especially in my line of work, think that people who get FMLA are bums, and people who get FMLA, like your job is down the toilet if you get FMLA because you're never going to show up and all this sort of stuff. And I'm trying really, really hard not to let that, rule me, because I legitimately need FMLA. I legitimately need to use it for its intended purpose, which is when I cannot go to work. And I'm trying to kind of fight the mindset that if I take a sick day that I am a bum and that I, am bad at my job and all this other sort of stuff, like that I think has kind of been drilled into me. And I think it's good that I feel such a personal responsibility and a connection to my job to where I'm feeling guilty that I can't go to work. But it's also, an extreme side of it where, like, if I take any days off work, sometimes I can feel that extreme guilt and that extreme just like uselessness, I guess you can say. Like, I feel useless when I can't go to work. And so I think it's a constant battle for me to fight that mindset. And it's a constant battle for me to give myself the time and the space that I need to take off work when I need to take off work. Another thing too is it's like, that's kind of all factoring into me feeling guilty right now, is I was sick for about a week 2 weeks ago. And so it sucks when I had to take all that time off and now I'm taking even more time off, and I hate it. I hate that I have to do it. I hate that it's something that I can't control. I hate that it's something that I'll probably always have to deal with. And I hate that I hate it. I hate that I hate this part of my body, because I don't really hate it. I love this part of my body. I love the part of my body that will hopefully allow me to carry children one day. I love the fact that I can feel as in tune with my body as I do during my periods, regardless of how painful it is. But it's frustrating for me, right? And, I am 20 years old and I've been working full time since I was 18. I have carried that responsibility for 2 years now, and to this day I feel so guilty when I don't go to work. And I don't know if there's anybody else out there who feels this way, who's kind of been I guess brought up in their family to think that, work is an honorable thing, right? In my family, if you have work, then you go to work. And, it's been ingrained in me, that sort of like responsibility. And I'm very grateful for that, obviously, because that means that I'm taking responsibility for my own actions and making sure that I am being responsible and going to work and being a productive member of society. But, there are times like this where I think that mindset can become kind of cancerous, and it can make me feel like I am lesser for not going to work when I'm in pain, and that's not true, right? And so I just kind of wanted to talk about that because I'm feeling an immense amount of just guilt and shame and sadness from having to miss work today. And, it's not that big of a deal, right? But to me, in this moment, it feels like it's a big deal, and I hate it. And, that's probably, it's probably always compounded. Like, the feelings that I would normally have when I'm not on my period about missing work are, times a million when I am on my period, because, your senses are heightened, your emotions are heightened, all that sort of stuff. I feel so guilty. And I don't know if anyone out there can like attest to this or can relate to this. And, I'm constantly fighting this battle. There's no really like fixing it. There's no like snap your fingers and I feel, the perfect balance of wanting to go to work, but also knowing that when I'm sick, I don't have to, and all that sort of stuff. Like, I feel guilty today, and I'm gonna try to take care of myself and to get some rest and to not worry. But, I also know myself, and I know that this is probably gonna be on my mind the whole day. I don't know, yeah, I can't help but always be the responsible one. And so it kind of pains me sometimes when I'm not, in my mind, what I think is as being responsible. Now, me taking care of my body is responsible, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's kind of the rant I have for you guys today. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope that if you have had to miss work, that you don't feel guilty about it. Thank you guys so much for listening. It means the world to me, and I hope that you all have a great rest of your day. Okay. Love, Emma.